one of the good things in this play, because Gina ages from about the age of 6 in the last scene in 1973, she dies at 22 in 89. She kills herself, and if you look really well and you understand it, you can see I portray that really well, her difference in aging, through just what she says. Look at the last scene, and she sounds like a 6-year-old. 6-year-olds ask questions. Why are those buildings famous? Why is the skyline famous? You know, how far are we? She's asking questions like a child. We then see in her early teens, she's more malleable. She's still favorable towards her parents. By the time she gets to her mid-late teens, her talks are rebellious. She's a bit of a little bitch and uppity. So you get the portrayals of her in her 5 or 6 appearances in the play, and I think this is one of the best examples of dialogue in any of my works, just to portray a character, and certainly of any characters across age. I don't just by portraying her the way Gina speaks, and it would be played by the same actress. You'd have a 20-year-old actress playing everything, but the characters would see her youthful. You don't have to have wistful music or some of the pyrotechnics that you'd have in a film or in some stage productions that I will have in some other productions as it suits it. But here, you just have to listen to the way Gina talks, and you get a sense of how old she is. And that's probably one of my most pat on the back kind of moments is Gina's speaking throughout the play.
Danny Wagner also mentions that, pointing to Big Al his delusions on Gina and his responsibility to that in the penultimate scene, which, by the way, uses the device of taking the first the first scene from Act 1 and replaying it in Act 3. Scene 4, and then your monologue comes in after that in more of a dream montage of sorts.
And by the way, too, what you'll notice, it hasn't occurred yet in the 4 plays I've written so far. Danny Wagner and mention of Jessica Wagner has only occurred, and then in the 4th play, there's mention of Megan Morrow from the first play and Big Al too. But a lot of these characters will appear in multiple plays. For example, the character of Mitch Stubing, the big dopey guy who's in the produce department with Big Al, he's going to be at the center of a play that I'm doing that's actually going to be 6 sort of little short one-act plays in one about this area in New York, not far from where I live, and he's going to be one of the main characters, one of the 6 little playlets. And so there will be scenes, there will be plays, after I do 20 or 30 plays, where there will be characters. Megan Morrow, for example, I'm going to make her a meta character in a handful of plays that I write about some of these crazy girls I knew, because I know Jessica would be pissed if I wrote about her and had made her a meta character watching this. So I'm going to use the Megan Morrow character sometimes to substitute for Jessica. So she'll be the Megan Morrow character will be floating around with Danny Wagner in a very Scrooge-like manner.